The water companies hiked prices 40% after privatisation. They failed to invest in the infrastructure that they got on the cheap. They sold off some of the assets, the reservoirs for housing development and so on, which is why we haven't got the capacity now to expand as the population's grown. And they've loaded the companies with debts. They've basically asset stripped the companies. So we talk about the cost of taking it back into public ownership. Thames Water's worth nothing. It's got debt.
But what makes you say that they've asset stripped the companies? You could argue that they haven't invested enough, but what have they stripped?
They have loaded the companies with debt, yet paying out £3.2 billion worth of dividends to their shareholders in the past 20 years. Right, so they've taken on debt. They're in debt, they're in massive debt, and they've handed out money to private shareholders without investing in the infrastructure whilst jacking up our bills.
Isn't that
theft.
Isn't that the fault of the regulator?
But that was what was designed. This was built in. If you'd regulated them properly, and I hear people saying, "Oh, we can regulate them better and fine them more." They're bankrupt. What are you going to fine? Yeah. You need to take if you fine the other water companies more sternly for pouring sewage into our rivers and seas, they're all going to collapse as well.
One of the fundamental planks of a Tory government, though, is to allow a return to shareholders. I mean, what is a reasonable return? Because obviously, if you're going to attract investment into the sector, you're going to have to allow shareholders to earn some level of return.
Well, but that's the whole point about if you believe in capitalism, if you believe in companies, the board has to decide that in terms of what the money you keep in the company for future investment and what is it you pay out to the shareholders to encourage them to carry on to
it's not
investing
capitalism,
as well.
is it? Because it's a natural monopoly.
Exactly.
I can't have another water pipe put into my.
That's where regulation comes in.
Well,
it's got to work.
You could then say, well, actually, you should follow the electricity model, where actually we do have a choice about which electricity companies we're going to go to.
That's been a notable success as well, hasn't it?